Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Locum23 here. You're joining me back for the app Choices, Crown in the Flame, Book 1, Chapter 10, The Battle for Aurora. Now, playing as Kenna. Having convinced the mercenary army to join you in taking back the city of Ariella, back from the prince, Marco, you've returned in secret to the outer gates with those closest to you. Well, any bright ideas for this suicide mission? Yeah, let's get out of here and never look back.
In spirit, I'm aligned with Val on this one. But we must find a way to prevail.
As things stand, Prince Marco's army will tear us apart. We need a strategy to tip the scales. Lucky for you, I have just the thing. Tell them the good news, Raiden. Raiden gestures at the distance, glimmering towers of Ariella. Our salvation sparkles before your very eyes. You see, all that gold on those towers came from deep within the earth. More specifically, from mining tunnels beneath the city, including a secret entrance into the palace gardens. A sneak attack from inside their walls? Sounds like my kind of fight. They won't even know we're there until our knives are in their backs. Hold on. Are we certain we can trust these two? They're the ones who betrayed us in the first place. That is true. But we could have left you in Marco's clutches, escaped on our own. We've risked everything taking you with us. Marco is our enemy now, too.
These two have made their choice. Marco isn't going to trust them after this. I believe they're on our side now.
And if you help us, I promise that Ariella will fully support you. With enough coin to feed and equip my army? All that and more. So, does our plan please you? This plan sounds perfect. Life has a funny sense of irony. I have some experience with sneak attacks through hidden tunnels, but this time we'll be the ones doing the killing. Gather the men, we'll attack when the least expect it, in the dead of night. That evening, with you and your advisors at the helm, your army files down a dark, narrow tunnel. So, is this where Ariella wealth comes from? We mine more than gold here. In the heart of the mountain, we've mined a most unique ore. We used it to craft our legendary weapon, the Golden Mountain Fang. A mountain fang? A real? They can cut through anything. I thought it was all talk. They're as real as you are, and least as some in her armory. And the best one is on display in the gardens. The blade is even decorated with gold. You'll have to show it to me after we take back Ariella. That's a promise. After hours marching through the tunnel. How much further? Pretty sure I've broken all the bones in my feet on these blasted rocks. Raiden turns to you. Your man is right. The path is treacherous. You should be careful. I'd hate to see you suffer an injury before we begin the attack. He reaches out his hand. I don't need your help. I'm more than capable of walking on my own. Of course. I meant no offense. Looks like you're not used to a woman who says no. I'm merely trying to be useful. In that case, draw your sword. I hear something up ahead. You turn the corner, and a low growl rumbles from the darkness in front of you. A mass of fur and teeth emerges. Mm. Of course, I was betting in and think this was going too well. The bear takes a menacing step forward, swiping the air in front of you with 5 dagger-like claws. Mm. You notice a jagged thorn stuck in the bear's paw. It may only be attacking us because it's injured. Yeah, and we'll be injured too if we don't do something. Really? Okay, kill the bear. You nod and Leon plunges a sword into the bear's heart. Mm. This creature might have been our ally. As it dies, the bear looks at you mournfully. Mm. I'm sorry, my friend, due to the diamond wall. Sometime later, Raiden stops you beneath a hatch door in the ceiling of a narrow tunnel. This would take us to the gardens. It's time, then. Gabriel stands beside you, his brow furrowed. A queen who fights alongside her men?
It made for a nice speech. But now the battle approaches.
You're worried. You needn't be. You trained me for this, remember?
Oh, I remember. And you don't get to tell me when to worry. Worrying is what fathers do. Even if I'm not your father by blood, I...
No, you're right. You have every right to worry, so don't leave my side.
Never, my queen.
Raiden pushes aside a wooden hatch and looks outside. Only 2 guards on duty. We can't let either one escape. They'll sound the alarm. I'll take the one on the right and leave the other to me. You exit the acrid air of the mine shaft and sneak into the garden. Here he comes. You swing your sword at where you expect a weak spot in the armor to be, but your strike glances off. Hey!
He's not wearing normal armor. It's been reinforced.
That's right. I'm one of Marco's royal guards, and now it's time for you all to die. Kenna, the weapon I was telling you about. You can pierce his armor with the ancient golden mountain fang. Look! Looking to your left, you spot an ornate marble statue of a warrior holding a fearsome golden glaive. Use a golden glaive to get an edge over Marco's men. Brought to you by a diamond wall. Oh, that would have been amazing, but... Raiden's taking out the other one, so... You slash at the soldier, desperate to find a weak spot, but your short sword clangs uselessly against his armor. Why? Why won't you fall? I'm one of Marco's elite guards. You'll have to do better than that. Swings the sword at you, catching you in the breastplate. You reel backward. Prince Marco will pay for your weight in gold once I bring him in your head. No. The soldier slashes you again, his blade catching your leg. Ah! You fall to one knee, bleeding deeply from your wound. Now you'd be a whole lot tougher than that.
Kenna, no!
But before your friends can get to you, die! He shoves the sword down straight through your stomach. You've died. Looking to your left, you spot an ornate marble statue. Yeah. Well, you know what? I would love to. Call for Raiden's help. Raiden, I need your help. You back up and the soldier slices at you, his blade opening a gash on your side. You fall to one knee, bleeding deeply from your wound. Thought you'd be a whole lot tougher than that. Oh. Soldier falls from Raiden's knife in his throat. Sorry I was late. The god I faced proved most persistent. I I don't normally ask for help. Raiden kneels and bandages your wound as he speaks. Sometimes a fight is decided by the right weapon. His armor was too strong for your sword. It's no fault of yours. This wound will cause you some pain, but you should be able to fight. You winch as Raiden pulls you to your feet. Thank you. Saving the life of a beautiful woman is what I live for. I should be thanking you. I'm lucky you're as skilled with a blade as you are with words. Otherwise,
My lady, look out!
Suddenly, Gabriel leaps in front of you, shielding you from an arrow. It hits him in the thigh.
Yeah!
A third god! Raiden sprints over to the soldier and stabs him to death before he can reload his bow. Gabriel.
It's merely a leg wound. I'll live, assuming we win the day.
We will. I'll see to it.
But I won't be by your side.
Gabriel, I'll be fine. I can watch my own back, thanks to your training.
I can only hope you're right.
Come quick. We haven't much time. When the guards kill Leon and the mercenaries pour out of the tunnel.
Look over there.
Apparently the prince and his favorites are still up, feasting. It's quiet. Most of Marco's soldiers must be sleeping. I'll handle them. It'll be a pleasure to make sure the Navraka's soldiers never wake up. And we'll deal with Marco. Accompanied by a small force, you head towards the throne room. Inside, Marco and his friends are drinking late into the night. A toast to Helen, to my father, who just added another kingdom to his collection. Not that he asked for it. Drink. Never while on duty. And when are you off duty? Not often these days. Suddenly, she draws her sword. Show yourselves. You've got ears like a wild hare. Of course I've been killing rabbits since I was a boy. Ew. One of your soldiers rushes past you, charging right at Marco.
For the queen!
Marco leaps up from his chair, drawing his sword and attacking the soldier in a vicious barrage of blows. You dare challenge me? He's so fast. In one swift motion, Marco thrusts his sword through the soldier's throat. Hold off. His men, Marco is mine. You sprint towards Marco. Helen, gods, stop them! Without another word, Marco flees in the other direction. Coward! Helen rushes at you, her sword raised. I've already lost one queen. I don't aim to lose another tonight. I should help Leon fight, Helen. Follow Marco. Follow Marco. Bigger priority. You chase down Marco as he tries to flee the room. Leaving so soon? The feast is just beginning. You shouldn't have come back, Kenna. Now, I'll have your head. Marco lunges forward, swinging for your neck. You barely dodge his attack. You escaped that one, but I'm drunk, which makes you rather pathetic. You're nothing. Using your training, you sweep your leg out low, tripping Marco. Oof! You raise your sword. This is for my mother. You bring the sword down. Back! Ellen blocks your attack, sliding between you and Marco.
I'm sorry, McQueen. She got away from me.
I'm going to slice you into ribbons, girl. I was winning tournaments while you were still being swaddled.
Marco takes a step toward you, sword raised, but Helen pushes him back.
We have no time for this, Highness. They've outmaneuvered us. We must withdraw, now. But... Soldiers, hold them off. I must get Prince Marco to safety.
You heard her. Protect the prince.
The soldiers take battle stances as Helen ushers Prince Marco out the door.
He's getting away.
He is, but the battle is still ours to win. Marco retreats to attack the men he left behind.
Oi!
None of you leave alive. And as the sun rises, victory is ours. Citizens of Ariella, it is our most delight to announce that the city has been rid of Prince Marco. A cheer erupts from the crowd. Do not cheer for me. This couldn't have been possible without the efforts of our new friend, Kenna. And so, with even more pleasure, I have a couple of fun things to announce. I am prepared to offer a special boon to Kenna. Some of our kingdom's finest warriors. Ariella has 500 warriors who will join your army, Kenna. At her signal, a company of gold-armored soldiers snap to attention.
Because of you, our kingdom has been freed from tyranny. We will not rest until we have returned the favor.
I'm honored to have you fight alongside me. And I'll be supplying you with gold, of course. Lots of gold. You can do better than that. Both options are the same, and I'm assuming diamonds give better. I thank you. Oh, fine. Since you did save my kingdom, I suppose I can dig a little deeper into our vault. Yes! So we got the mountain fang regardless. And equip your entire army with the mountain fang. Huh.
Even the finest modern blacksmith cannot come close to matching the quality of those old blades.
I know. It'll basically turn the entire tide of the battle. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, those swords have been gathering dust for the last 300 years. So, they're my gift to you. You're making my decision to spare your life look like a wise one. Oh, I'm just getting started. In fact, I have another announcement. Annalise turns toward the assembled crowd. I'll be accompanying Kenna and her army until I get revenge for what Marco has done. What? It's okay, love. You can thank me later. I'm not sure what you offer on the particular... do you want my city's considerable wealth on your side? Yes. This is my one and only condition. Well, plus a few ideas about the feast we'll have once we take back Stormhold. But that's it. A few hours later, you meet with your advisors to plan your next move. So, who's ready to spend some gold and chop off some heads? About that, if we're going to take the fight to Marco, we'll need one last thing. Something coin can't buy. Youth, beauty, grace? How would any of those help? Well, they certainly don't hurt. You could do a bit more grace, for instance. Ahem.
We need siege weapons. Stormholt's walls are as resilient as a hard oak forest, which means these siege weapons need to be specifically designed.
Perhaps I can assist your research. There's a city in the desert, home of the technocrats.
The technocrats? Are they people who love music, technology, demagogue? Technology? Precisely. They'll have the most advanced siege weaponry in all of the Five Kingdoms. Unfortunately, getting there may prove difficult. The city is guarded by a maze. That doesn't sound so bad. Perhaps I should elaborate. It is impossible labyrinth with a series of challenge, each more complex and deadly than the last. Okay, now that sounds bad.
We must leave at once. Our opportunity to win back Stormhold won't last long, and Marco is hunting for us.
Gabriel winches as he tries to stand. You need to heal, Gabriel. Your queen is right. You can stay in Ariella with me, for now, while we make preparations.
Leave Ken aside now. I couldn't.
Stay here with the rest of the army. They'll need your help training Ariella's warriors and spending Annalise's gold.
I suppose I could oversee that.
I'll take a small group with me. We'll head back before you know it. I will join you. And do not worry, Gabriel. I will look after Kenna with all my being.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
Count me in. No point in sticking around here if no one will let me loot anything.
I'll go. Will that ease your mind, Gabriel?
Somewhat.
We'll be fine. I promise.
If you're making promises, promise you'll return safe and sound, and quickly.
You kiss Gabriel's cheek. I promise. See you soon. Now playing as Dominic, days later, you and the rest of the servant staff have gathered for a secret funeral for Margaret. Tristan wraps up his eulogy.
I love you, Ma. From now until forever. And I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. I didn't mean to. I should never have.
You whisper to Rose beside you. I'm worried about our brother. He blames himself for Margaret's death.
He's not strong like you, Dom. The things you've asked him to do, they're no trifles. Not to him.
Not to me either.
You're different, Dom. You do what's right, even when it's hard, because it's right. But Tristan acts in spite of everything inside of him, telling him to lay low, to stay safe. Knowing him, a mother's life must seem like the cost of disobeying those instincts.
The funeral ends, and you move to speak to Tristan. Tristan, I just want to say...
There's nothing you can say to make this better. So don't even try.
I hear you, but I have to say this. I'm not trying to make anything better, but... I'm sorry, Tristan. She wasn't mine by blood, but I called her my mother for the last 2 years.
I said don't. It's just like you to charge ahead. You just do what you want. You don't think about anyone else. You don't care who it hurts. I can't help you anymore, Dom. Not after this. I've lost my mother. I'm not going to risk Rose, too.
Just and I are interrupted by the rumble of castle gates opening.
Prince Marco, he's back.
Servants scramble to hide all signs of the funeral. You rush inside.
Wait, Dome, where are you going?
I have to find out if Kenna's okay.
Even now, after what happened? You're never going to stop, are you?
Your mother made a sacrifice for us, Tristan. Because she loves us. I do the same for Kenna. A moment later, you're spying on Marco, Helen, and Bartel from outside the throne room.
She beat you, my lord? She didn't beat me. She surprised me. No thanks to my useless soldiers. I won't rest until I have a skull for a drinking bowl. Patience, sire. Now, more than ever, it's clear to me that Kenna plans to attack us here at Stormhold. Soon she will come to us, and then will prove victorious in battle. I loathe being patient. It's a game for weak. Believe me, sometimes the wait makes the killing all the sweeter. Besides, wouldn't it be fun to kill her at her own castle? I admit killing her on her own family's ancestral land does have a certain poetry to it. Even better, I've news worthy of writing your father. What is it? Construction on the new weapon is complete.
Hells, I've got no way of warning Kenna about this new weapon.
Perhaps patience does have its virtues. I'd rather enjoy watching her army be annihilated.
This is bad. Kenna's gonna march right into an ambush. I'll have to come up with a plan to take that thing down fast. Chapter progress. We've taken back the gilded city of Ariello from Prince Marco. Enlise has joined your alliance. Our resources will help you invaluable in the war effort. Ariel pledged 500 troops. You chose to kill the bear, which sad face. Your soldiers have been equipped with their own mountain fangs. However, you don't get one, and they will be much more deadly in battle. Overall progress. I'm sure if we would have picked the weapon, since it cuts through anything, that would have been awesome. But I digress. So, up to 41 diamonds. Oh my god! From the Flame. Chapter 11 out of 18 starts after this. Hope you guys did enjoy. And until next time, folks, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace out.